We're experiencing some really important moments in history right now, but are moments enough? Two quick thoughts on moments, monuments, and movements. First of all, listen, moments and monuments are really important, but they're just not enough. Moments in time, like we're having right now, moments around racial reconciliation, around how to live safely in a pandemic while still thriving and having community, even moments for churches to have to totally reevaluate what they've been about. Listen, they're incredibly important, but moments don't last long enough. There's always this gravitational pull back to the status quo, back to what we're used to and comfortable in. Monuments are when things so important happen that we construct monuments to remember them by, either literal or figurative, and we look back on them. But monuments are always about looking backwards. We need movements that are about looking forward. Second thought, what's the makings of a movement? Heard somebody say it this way: the difference between a moment and a movement is a movement costs you something. And that's so true. A real movement rallies people together around a specific purpose, and it has sustained action over time. And yeah, they're usually costly. There's been some really powerful movements throughout our country that have accomplished a lot of things. Obviously, Martin Luther King Jr. led one of those. So many great movements have accomplished so much. Jesus' final charge to people was all about a movement, by the way, not a religion or just a monument, but about a movement. You can read about it in Matthew 28 or Acts 1:8. But Jesus said, I want a movement of people who witness to who God is, what he's about. A movement of hope and forgiveness and grace and teaching and discipling. That's actually what he meant for churches to be. It's easy for churches to become a monument, a building about something in the past, but they're meant to be a movement. And in fact, when Jesus said, on this rock I'm going to build my church, in Matthew 16:18, he wasn't talking about a building or monument. He was talking about a movement of hope and of the gospel. And he said even the gates of hell wouldn't stand up against it. So if you want to be a part of a movement, you got to rally together with others. Don't do it alone. Make sure you're focused on the right purpose. Figure out your action every day, no matter how big or small.